congratulations on the series.
Thank you, man.
Third installment. How does that make you feel, man? That must be incredible. Do you know what I mean? Just to come from the beginning of where you had the first one, and then us finding out, us your people, just finding out that okay, Tom's gonna have something with BBC Three now, with all the other stars that we know and love, and now to have a third installment now, it must be crazy.
Boy, they say like, as an actor, like to have done 3 series of something, it's like that's on your CV now. It's like you can be a part of like a whole production for a long period of time. Your worth kind of goes up in it, and not many people can say they have done that with a show that they love. So it's a thing where when you're doing it at the start, it's all glorious, and as it goes on, you kind of get used to it. So when someone like you would say, "Oh, how does it feel?" Right, it must feel amazing. I'm just like, it's 4 a.m., 5 a.m. calls in the morning, and you finish all the way at 7. Sometimes it's like, but you know, when the show comes out and you see the effects it has on people, and that's where you really get to take it. Like, wow, that is a good thing. Yeah, that is something I'm proud of. Yeah.
For the fans, for the audiences, it's like we only see the end product. We never see the hours that you put into it, the early calls, the late nights, sometimes having to reshoot a scene or a set. Do you know what I mean? And you know what I mean? We don't get to see that side, but still that just goes in the end product, and that shows the beauty. What can the fans kind of expect from this third installment? What can we expect?
Oh, this is the best one.
Okay.
I'm not even. I looked back at it the other day.
Yeah.
And, you know, obviously I've seen some snippets and that, and, you know, it's insane.
Yeah.
It's like what we've done this season is like, you got to go back and watch season 1 and 2 and prepare for this one, because it's like, we've really hit the nail on the head with this one, in my opinion. And coming from such a gloomy last few months, you know, I feel like we almost got like an obligation to get those smiles onto people again. And this is the show to do that, as well as having a responsibility to talk about a lot of things. And I feel like we've got that balance perfectly.
Yeah. And I think just even adding on to that as well, because obviously there was this expectancy that we was going to expect this earlier in the year.
Yeah.
Obviously, me being who I am, doing the research, you know, finding in the ins and outs, and then knowing that. And then obviously COVID just literally shut everything down. How has your time been during COVID for you? Because that in itself must be quite, as a creative, someone that has to actively do things, whether it be theatre, whether it be in film, you know what I mean? Like, how has this time been for you?
It starts off a bit like, I like being at home. As much as a lot of people see me out, but I don't get to enjoy this space that much. And, you know, I wasn't too angry with it, bro.
Okay.
And I'm writing on 2 different TV shows. So that's taking up my time creatively. Nice. The government scheme with self-employment kept me, you know that worry of like, money's not coming in. So that, you know, and then I was writing as well. So it wasn't the worst time for me. Like me and my housemates were basically doing church here every Thursdays for like throughout the whole thing. So spiritually, money-wise and creative-wise, it was all being kind of ticked off. And you just you're with yourself every day. So you kind of learn more about yourself. I learned a truckload of stuff of what I'm comfortable and what I'm not comfortable with, what I wouldn't have been able to learn when I was out every day doing stuff. So for me, it went well, man. In terms of family, I'm not coming out during the time. At first, I was like, it was the right time. But off the back of everything that's happened and the BLM movement, I feel like we've hit the right tailwind to kind of really get people to really feel this one.
Yeah. Everyone that I chat to, like, I always say that you're never ever going to forget this year because this is the year where, I mean, I know every year at the start of January, everyone say, "This is my year. I'm gonna da 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 da." There's always that cliche line and saying that people always like to do at the start of the year, and then when March comes, it's like, yeah, it's not that. It's absolutely not that. So everyone has had their time to just kind of, kind of think and look at their souls and look about how they want to still capitalize on 2020, still make 2020 quote unquote their year, but also just go on.
I think it really shows that we're not in control.
Facts, 100%.
A lot of people had so many plans and everything shut down. It just really shows that we are not in control.
It really does. Shows like Famalam, shows like Noughts and Crosses, shows like I May Destroy You. BBC are really pushing, bringing diversity to the forefront of the screens. British screens in particular, which is really, really good. What are some of the changes that you would want to see more of?
I want to see more black people behind the camera, man. Down to hair and makeup for like Afro hair. Because like, fair enough, I don't want to cheat on my barber at all in general. I'd love to bring him on and say, tell the production, listen, this is who cuts my hair, or blah, because if I go there and it's like a white lady, and she's like, I can cut your hair. As much as I love them and respect them, you're not touching this hair, baby girl. It's like, it's silly. But there will be a bit more comfortability if it was someone I know knows Afro hair, if it was like a barber from ends, which I'm trying to say, and down to the production, the focus pullers, the DOPs, the lighting guys, everyone else behind the diversity doesn't really spread too much on that side, down to the catering. And like me, I'm a picky eater anyway, so I'll deliver.
Yeah, I know you're a picky eater,
bro.
I
will deliver wherever we're eating or wherever we're filming, or I'll just get egg and bread, bro, and everyone will think I'm crazy, like, because that's just my palate, isn't it? and what would it be like to diversify that a little bit? Like I would love to eat at work, and it's also like nice food. So that's what I want to see more, man. And aside from that, like in terms of creativity wise, no, there needs to be more black writers, man, to tell our stories. They're there, but I feel like we always have to jump a few more hoops.
Yeah.
Than our counterparts.
I definitely gone.
Yeah, our shows just take a bit more longer to get done.
Yeah.
That's just the way it's been. I'm not even saying something that's not.
I will say this. I definitely do feel, I don't feel like it's one at a time anymore. I feel like there was a period where it was one at a time.
Yeah. We'll let in Tiny Temper. Yeah. We'll deal with him.
And then
taking Skepta now. Yeah.
But now it's like, okay, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Now they're spreading through. Now they see it's almost like their eyes are being more widely open to that.
But deep it. That's still not enough. I'm gonna be real with you. If you add it up, it's like when what examples I was about to give you? Completely forgot now. But like, you're saying 2 or 3 or blah blah blah, as opposed to, for example, our white counterparts who have been writing these shows for years, and there is a plethora of writers.
100%.
So we're only in this small pool, and every now and then in that small pool they'll pick one out and be like, yeah, let's champion this person. Blah, 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 as opposed to, and when they do that, it's amazing. Like, come on, look at Michaela Cole, bro.
Yeah.
Peak writer. I have a friend called Bola Agbaje. Absolutely wild writer. It's like, we are good as well, bro.
Yeah.
Not to like, not to swear, but to poo on anyone else. But you've got to give us a level playing field.
Yeah.
Because our stories matter, bro. Like they love our music and they love the way we dress and blah blah blah. But like
They love our
when
culture, so
it's time to like tell our stories, it has to be on their record, or you got to dim this down a little bit and blah blah blah. So even stories like Blue Story, when people are saying, "Oh, it's violent culture," and yeah, there is a point, but that's the truth.
Yeah.
And the proof is in the pudding when the numbers come out, because people are going to the cinemas because they see what they've lived, they see themselves. So yeah, man, there's got to be more of us in the room, man. That's my opinion.
I definitely do feel like there will be. Favorite character to play? Favorite character?
I'm twisted between Idris Elba and my Jamaican character. Because I don't know if you've seen what we've done this season.
No, I don't think I haven't seen it yet. I haven't seen it yet, not yet.
We'll make sure that you see that, because, bro, yeah, Jamaicans will be angry, but they won't be that angry this year.
No, yeah.
We flipped it. We flipped it.
Yeah.
But then the Idris character, I love it because I like Idris as an actor. I've always looked up to him.
I love him too. Yeah, same.
And to be able to like do his mannerisms and banter him, like I saw him at a party recently, and I was like, bro, this season, I'm sorry, man. He was like,
you gave him a pre-warning, yeah?
You know what I'm trying to say? And I can't wait till he sees it. But it's fun. I made a song.
Oh, wow. Okay.
There's a whole song, and I like music, innit? So I'm not going to tell you, if the song's dead, it's dead. But fam, it works, innit? It works.
In the Idris character, yeah, it works.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
I look forward to seeing it. As a star on the rise, what are some of the common misconceptions people kind of have of you seeing you on TV now?
The other day, I took a bus to my dad's house. And this kid, I got off the bus, this kid tapped me. He's like, oh my God, I saw you on the bus. And I said, it can't have been you. What would you be doing on the bus? And I was like, rah. And obviously, I've been thinking about a car recently, innit?
Yeah.
Trying to pick the right one. But we're going into recession. You got to calculate how you do things and finances.
Yeah.
Not even that man can't get a whip. It's like, rah, like, I can't even go and see my dad on the bus because someone's going to think, it pulled on my ego a bit. Like, it was like, should I be on a... Do you know what I'm trying to say? It's like, so the misconception for me, I feel is like people see you in one way, which now exempts you from doing. In their head, it exempts you from being on public transport. It exempts you from walking, bro. Like, I don't even know what it is,
or going to the shop and buying groceries, or
bro. So, like the other day, I found out that on Google, my net worth is 11 million, bro. I bloody died of laughter because I was like, oh, I didn't know that, man. Like, where's the money? I'm trying to say, like, and I guess, and the thing is, someone told me, so man Googled Tom Moutchi, and I typed in N, and you know when Google suggests it for you, so people have been looking for it.
Yeah.
So in their head, when people see me on the bus, they're like, bro, what's this 11 million?
Yeah.
The bus,
and that's probably what the boys saw as well.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I don't have 11 million, blood. Get that out.
Just to be clear.
Get that out of your head. But in Jesus' name, we claim it, though. We always claim it.
Amen.
And yeah, man, it's just, I think also as well, people always expect you to be happy.
Yeah.
Like when you do comedy and you bring joy to other people, when they see you, they expect you to be in that place all the time. And from life don't work like that. So sometimes I've seen some people when I'm in the not the best of moods, and it's like you still kind of gotta give yourself in that form, and sometimes it can be quite draining.
Yeah, I understand completely how you feel, bro.
So you see, most people that do comedy, they stay in their house, bro.
Yeah,
life is real, bro. But yeah, that's kind of the misconceptions.
Yeah. What's next for Tom? What's next for Tom,
bro? Well, me and my friend Demi have written a TV show
Big up
about
Demi.
with BBC, about two young police officers that joined Peckham Police Department
Oh wow.
In this climate. It's a comedy drama, and we kind of want to serve as a magnifying glass on the things that are happening, but as well let it be wacky and funny and our type of comedy, like what we find funny. And you know, the premise was like only 1.2% of the task force is black in the UK. So like
very
we
small
just thought,
percentage.
so it's like, well, let's explore that. Like what would the community think about two guys that grew up in the hood becoming officers? What would their parents think as Africans? And then in the actual task force, what do they think of them as they're there? And we just explored that. We gave it to the BBC, they love it. So, you know, we've been writing it, handed it in. So I feel like that's God willing, that's the next thing that's gonna hit the screens.
Tom, what do you enjoy more? Writing or acting?
Acting.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie to no one.
You was quite quick to
Nah, bro, I'm not gonna lie to no one, bro.
But I feel like you enjoy writing as well. Like when we were speaking,
you know what?
around the time when you did your first Famalam and you was talking about that, you was in the writer's studio and you had other writers and it was you as well. And I remember when we first had our chat, second time, probably we spoke so many times.
Yeah.
Well, we spoke about the time when you explored writing on that facet and how you really enjoyed it. It surprised you how much you enjoyed it. So that's why I'm asking you now, bro, on the third installment.
Deep when we spoke in it, we spoke at a place when man came from 5 years of doing my own sketches on Instagram, then a TV production are saying, yeah, we'll pay you to do those same sketches on paper. I'm like, what? Of course it's amazing. Like, you know what I'm trying to say? But when you kind of write into long form and you have to worry about plot holes and loopholes and character journeys and when it's stretched out, and obviously I learned all that, but you just want to do it as an actor. You just want to get there and do it, but you have to be, then there's writer's block. That stuff is like, it's like gym of the mind.
That's real.
Bro, nothing moves. Me and Demi will be here, no ideas are flowing. We'll go to a Nigerian shop, buy jollof rice, fall asleep, wake up, we'll be like, yeah, we'll just do this another day because nothing's coming. And, you know, we've done like 10 to 11 different drafts. And what it was at the beginning is not even what it is now. So it's hard, isn't it? The best parts is when it's clicking, when you're like, oh, and this, oh, and that, and you got so much, and you have to, you know, then you give it in, and then they absolutely bollock you like, this has got to come out, and you're like, no, but we really love this scene. It's like, writing is tough. What you lot see on the screen, what those people went through to get to that place. I don't even know if it's the same for everyone, though. That's another thing.
Yeah, it's true. So true. My last question would have to be this. What advice would you give someone now coming into the industry? We've seen you on the rise, Samson KO, Michael Ward, Stephen Odoboyle, so many black actors coming through, doing different facets, whether it be comedy, whether it be serious gang-related, whether it be a slot on a BBC EastEnders, whatever.
Yeah.
What advice would you give to someone who see you guys as the next generation? You know what I mean? They want to be you. They see you on TV. What advice would you give them?
If I was to give them any advice, I remember going to a screening of a Michaela Cole film, and I saw Bashi sitting there, and he knows the producer of Famalam very well. And he's like, hey, you're AK's boy, innit? You're in Famalam, right? It's like, yeah. And surprised I even recognized man, innit? And told him I was a big fan, all of that. And he's like, bro, none of this is real. Like, save your money. I'm never going to forget it. He's like, none of this is real. It's all smoke and mirrors. Like, this is all the glitz and glam, but just save your money. And he didn't say much, he didn't elaborate, but I got it. Like, there's this whole thing of like, you know, you look on Instagram, people are enjoying their life. Some people might even look at me like that. But like, I'm not telling you the wild late nights and deadlines. I'm not telling you that. I'm not telling you the bits when I'm absolutely doubting myself to the ends of the earth. I'm not telling you when I'm looking at people and saying, "Oh, like, do you know what I'm trying to say?" And we kind of only really show our highlights. So to anyone coming in, obviously, you know the non-negotiables. Your craft, you have to continuously
work at it
and churn at it and try to be the best and look for the gap, what's not there, and what you know, it's not saturated, but everyone's basically kind of doing the same thing. What makes you different? And aside from all that, don't watch anything else, bro. You are actually the best you. No one, I can't be you better than you. And that, I've realized, is the power. Like, no one can be me. No one can be Tom Moutchi better than me. I'd love to see it. I'd love to see it.
I'd love to see it.
I think the only person that can do it is Jesus. I don't know who else can do it. And that's your power. Like, when you're coming in, like, don't feel like you have to be like the drama school people. If you had a different way into the industry, don't feel like you have to have done 10 years. Anything can happen. Like, I used to think I need to have done years in the industry to be able to get a certain type of role. And then I look at like Michael Ward, like, man came in, bow, straight, he's in. And it's like, there's no rules.
There is none.
There is no rules. And the smoke and mirrors is, you feel like you're on one side and everyone's over there. And you're only like one roll away from that. Like, Will Poulter has this thing. My friend Collar told me that Will Poulter always tells him, like, every actor's one role away from being the number one actor. It's like, you'll be popping, then someone else will be popping, then someone else will be popping.
True.
It alternates. So yeah, so you are the best you. No one can be you. Literally, don't watch nobody and just load your craft, man. Load it. When I say load it, like, I'm talking by the time your opportunity comes, they won't even be able to handle what you got to give.
Amen.
Like, yeah, that's me, man.
Tom Moutchi, thatgrapejuice.net. I've been Samuel Eni.